Larkhall sits quietly in the folds of the Bath Valley. In the river below, otters slip through the water, unseen, unless you're paying attention. It's easy to miss if you're not looking for it. And the same could be said for the High Street. Because Larkhall is something rare, a stretch of independent shops that still provides what a community actually needs. It's not just the goods you find here, but people and connection.
Being Larkhall is great. As you look around and the fact that it's basically a little fantasy village, it's just a fantastic community with lots of great facilities around.
The feel that independent businesses give a community, the cultural aspect, you just cannot get in any other setting.
Places like this are under pressure from every direction. Costs rise, habits change, decisions get made further and further away from the people they affect. What looks small on paper can carry real weight in a community like this.
The businesses, the main ones, have always stayed, and they've just grown. They've just got better and better. So we've just tried to employ more people and look after young people and do lots of stuff with the colleges. We just look after each other, and it's a really nice community. We don't want that to change.
You never like to see any business close the doors. You drive by somewhere and you see it all boarded up and you think, it's a bit sad to see that someone's had a business or had jobs for people and they've suddenly had to stop.
Villages like this take generations, often centuries, to become the places they are today. And the risk to businesses isn't usually one big change, it's the accumulation of smaller changes. That's why the proposed introduction of a residents' parking zone matters so much. There's a huge community feel to a butcher's. When you go in there, you get to talk to someone, you get to really engage and have that moment which maybe you don't get in other places. And I think for a lot of our customers, that is a really important thing to keep. And the community feel, especially in Larkhall, is so important. So there's also a huge asymmetry of risk here. Changes like this are presented as reversible, but in practice, they're not. Once habits shift, they don't return. People don't stop buying, they just stop buying here. That quick trip becomes a delivery. That delivery doesn't support this community, it doesn't support this region. Frankly, it doesn't even support this country most of the time. Collapsing a high street doesn't remove demand, it just relocates it. You don't get fewer journeys, you get different, often worse ones.
It's clear that we don't have enough evidence provided to us by the council. We need to know exactly why they're making that decision and how strong their reasoning is. We just have to question it. I haven't heard a single business say, yes, this is a good thing. All of them are certain that it would affect their business adversely. So if we want this high street to continue to thrive, we need to very carefully think about this issue.
A lot of our customers live in some of the outlying areas, of whether it's Bath Easton, Bathampton, Bath Ford, Marshfield. The other issue, of course, is the staff. I employ 12 staff. 5 of those staff actually don't live in Larkhall and live in the outlying areas and drive here. And obviously, as the RPZ takes hold, then it will be difficult. And that's obviously a real source of anxiety for myself and obviously for them. They've got to be able to get to work.
The potential scheme was kind of introduced without any consultation with us first. I feel we are completely undervalued. I think the council have no idea about how many people actually visit this place over the course of a year. It's getting on for between 30 and 40,000 separate visits of people coming to the theatre, whether that's paying audience, whether that's theatre company members, whether that's volunteers. So there are an awful lot of people who use this place who have just been ignored or not been taken into account.
This is a fragile landscape, not just the riverbanks and the fields, but the high street itself. And like anything fragile, it only lasts if it's understood and properly looked after. Because once places like this go, they don't come back. And what goes with them is far more than a row of shops.